This takes it definitely another step further, where Big Daddy sort of communicates and learns and picks up a gun at one point. And not just that, but teaches somebody how to use the gun. And boy, oh boy, he was so proud when that cheerleader with half a face pulled on the trigger and sprayed upwards.
What's going on, everyone? 2025 is the 20th anniversary of Joe Crappy Movies, and we're taking a look back at the movies of Joe Crappy Movies. So, Joe, what are we taking a look at this week?
Hey, Phil, this week we're looking at the 20th anniversary of George A. Romero's Land of the Dead, the fourth movie in his Dead. It's not a trilogy, it's like two trilogies. It's not quite two trilogies. It's six movies put together, but three of them are definitely, yeah. And then the other three are they just happen later, but are they connected? I don't know. He made six movies. This is the fourth one, and it's better than I remember. It's certainly not one of his classics. Like you got the first three, Night of the Living Dead, where he kind of gave us zombies the way we know them now. Like yeah, it's amazing. Night of the Living Dead's amazing. He gave us that, and then Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead are certainly zombie classics. Land of the Dead is a very good zombie movie, but it's a little lower.
Yeah.
This sort of came about in 2005. Like the zombie movie genre was kind of on a comeback. We got the three shot of Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn. We got Shaun of the Dead, and then we got 28 Days Later, which is not it's not a zombie movie, but it's same vibes, same tone. Those three sort of rejuvenated the zombie genre and made it okay. Like people were like, we need another George A. Romero movie that's about zombies. And of course he was ready. He had written this script called Dead Reckoning, which is the name of the truck in this movie. And he really wanted to call this movie Dead Reckoning, but they wanted to call it Night of the Living Dead. And they settled on Land of the Dead, which is kind of like, I don't know. You've got night, dawn, day, land. And it gets weirder from there. You know the other two, right?
I know one of them is Diary of the Dead.
Yeah, it's Diary 2 years after this, and then after that, 2 years after that, it's Survival of the Dead. So he starts with this great theme and goes to hell. Land is not bad. It just doesn't. I just want it to be a reference to a time of day, like Dusk of the Dead was right there. Twilight of the Dead was right there.
Holiday of the Dead.
Yes, please. Christmas Dead. Anything. Yeah, so it's a departure in name. Land of the Dead is still a really good movie. It's about Pittsburgh. Strangely enough, that's his jam. He wants everything to be Pittsburgh based. Pittsburgh has it's got the rivers that block the main area, and then so it's like this island kind of. The movie sets itself up as people have like bunkered down in the cities, and then they send out scavengers to clear out the suburbs, which feels a little backwards to me. Like in a zombie apocalypse, I probably would go where there are no people, like fewer people, as opposed to hunkering down in a giant city like Pittsburgh. This stars Simon Baker and John Leguizamo as two of the scavengers. Love seeing John Leguizamo here. Like I'd forgotten he was in this. To be honest, I remember very little about this movie, but I love John Leguizamo. I think he makes really cool acting choices. It seems like he's always ready to play, and in this movie, he definitely shows up ready to play. He knows what kind of movie it is. He knows it's like a down and dirty zombie movie, and he's really cool. His character wants to buy his way into the building in the city. Like, of course, there's a class system in the city where everybody's walled in, but then there's the poor folk, and then inside that there's a tower where all the rich people live. He's finally saved up enough money to buy his way in. He just needs Dennis Hopper to approve it. Wouldn't it be cool if it was actually Dennis Hopper? Like he needs film star Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper plays his character's name is Kaufman. He's the bad guy here. And he's very much a George Bush figure of that era, and he doesn't want Leguizamo to come in because he's super racist and elitist and all that great 2005 stuff. uh, Meanwhile, so John Leguizamo wants to stop scavenging. He wants to buy his way out. Simon Baker also wants to stop. He wants to get away from the city. He wants to like head north. Um, that's his plan. They meet Asia Argento, who has no story. She's just kind of there. I wish they'd given her more to do, but they don't. But they do give a lot of time to an actor named Eugene Clark, who plays Big Daddy, the zombie that walks and talks and interacts. He doesn't walk. He doesn't talk, but he communicates. It's okay. So with this movie, the big headline for promotion is that George Romero is back. Story wise, the big headline is we don't just get like a. I mean, there was a zombie in I think Day of the Dead, Bud, I think, who
Yeah.
sort of emotes and he has emotion and like he goes beyond sort of like the stereotypical brainless zombie. This takes it definitely another step further where Big Daddy sort of communicates and learns and picks up a gun at one point. And not just that, but teaches somebody how to use the gun. And boy, oh boy, he was so proud when that cheerleader with half a face pulled on the trigger and sprayed upwards. Um, so they give a lot of time to showing that the zombies in this movie are evolving in a way, which is cool. Like so many zombie movies are about the moment of impact, like the moment when things happen. But this movie really explores. This is years later. I forget how long, but it could be if you told me it was 10 years later after the initial whatever, then I'd believe it. It's that lived in. Good gore. The effects are great. You've got Greg Nicotero doing the makeup and practical effects, and there's a little bit of a mix of CGI too. And I happened to watch the unrated cut, so it was super bloody and really like fun, inventive deaths. Special shout out to there's a priest whose head flops back and they're like, we got him, and then he flops his head back like he's still like connected by like
Like a
the
little flap.
important cord. So his head flops back and he bites. That death was amazing. There's another one where there's an army man. There's a soldier that pulls the pin on a grenade, holds it up, and Butcher Zombie, who has a butcher knife, just cuts his arm off, and he drops it, falls on it, and it's beautiful. Like, like Romero is having fun, and he has a budget, so he's back and he has a budget and he's having fun. So all A+ stuff. I was really into it, and you know, kind of a strange ending. There's wins and losses, but this is something I remember from the theater. But like the final shot is them sort of driving away. I'm trying not to give too much spoilers, but the final shot is them sort of driving away and shooting fireworks into the sky. And now it's connected to the story. Like part of the story is that they use fireworks as a distraction, but part of the story is also that like the zombies are sort of like done with fireworks. They're like, we're not kids anymore. We don't want to get caught in the crowd. We're going to
I'm
leave
bored
early.
of these now.
Yeah, exactly. There's very much an I'm bored of this now. And then they're all like, oh no, the sky flowers don't work anymore. They call them sky flowers. But yeah, so fireworks at the end was strange. I mean, come to think of it, maybe they were just like, we don't need these anymore. Let's just put them up for us for once. We can enjoy them. They are real loose. Speaking of which, they're real loose with their bullets. They fire so many bullets in this movie. And I was like, is Pittsburgh known for its bullet manufacturing? Like, how are they making these? I feel like, I don't know. If I was in a zombie apocalypse and I had bullets, I would not use them just willy nilly. Anyway, long story short, Land of the Dead, fun rewatch, better than you remember. Not great, not as great as the classics, but a suitable entry and tons of fun. To be honest, like compared to those other movies I mentioned, like Shaun of the Dead and the Dawn remake and 28 Days Later, it feels very much like you could say like this is your granddad's zombie movie. like like if they were saying this isn't this isn't your daddy's zombie movie. Like this is definitely your daddy's zombie movie. It's a little cleaner. It's not taking it huge risks with its characters, like in terms of like story or emotion. Not like I felt like those other movies are, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen those three either. But I mean, how Shaun of the Dead's like doing, it's like taking
Yeah.
the genre and like flipping it on its head. Anyway, long story short, tons of fun.
Yeah. So I mean, um, so I was gonna say like Shaun of the Dead, the Dawn remake, and then 28 Days Later, like all of those, like I feel like owe a lot to the original George Romero Dead trilogy. Um,
Absolutely.
so like it kind of felt like it kind of feels like movies left George Romero behind. It was like George Romero, like if this movie came out like I don't know, like 5 years after Day of the Dead, it would probably been like groundbreaking at the time, which would have been
Of
like
course. Yeah.
1990 something maybe.
Yeah. But it's true. It's like all the kids that grew up idolizing this movie then took it a step further. Like,
Yeah.
um, it's like when your kid gets better at sports than you, or they get better at video games than you, and you're like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? This is my lane. But yeah, it definitely feels like that. That's a great that you
Yeah.
made.
I was gonna say like even like I feel uh even in the original trilogy, there is like the zombies started off like dumb, and then like by day like they're smarter. So like it feels like Land is like kind of continuing that
Yeah,
trajectory.
I
Does
wonder
it?
if he was. I wonder if he was thinking along those lines the whole time. Uh,
Yeah.
that it would be like 10 years later, everybody's smart, and 10 years beyond that, they're like their own culture almost. Like,
Yeah.
what would George Romero's zombie, like World of the Zombies, would have been? Better title, George. Just you know, up there. I know he passed 2017. Uh, he should have
But
been
like
given more time to make one.
I was gonna say, in the like in the next couple of movies, Survival of the Dead, is it Survival, and then
It's
it's
Diary and then
Diary,
Surviving.
and Survival.
Survival.
Which one
I've
takes
not.
off? Which one takes place off the coast of Delaware?
Well, I don't know. I've not seen either. I should say.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I feel like it didn't get the kind of major release that Land did, so it just
Yeah,
sort
it
of slipped
definitely
under my
didn't.
radar at the time. But one takes place off the coast of Delaware. Are they coming to get you? Are you in that one?
I am not in that one. It's funny because um, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, I have watched Land of the Dead. Before we get any further, do you own Land of the Dead?
I do not. So just for the record, change for you, but no change for me.
Okay.
I don't own this. I don't know why I don't. Like I feel like I was a little middle of the road with it at the time because like I said, those other three movies were sort of like, you know, they were mind blowing at the time, of course. But I feel like this holds up. This is a lot of
Yeah. I actually own it, so it doesn't really
fun.
count for
Oh,
you, but counts for me.
um, you owned Land of the Dead?
I own Land of the Dead, yeah.
Did you? Were you all like, I want to see this again, or were you all like, it comes with the copy of Dawn of the Dead, so I'll, or
I need to put it next to my Day of the Dead DVD.
yes.
I don't own Diary or Survival of the Dead. Um, but yeah, I don't know, and we shouldn't talk about those two movies because
Because we haven't seen
mostly
them.
because I don't remember one of them at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's worth a watch, but I don't think it's not. It wasn't great, at least from my recollection of Diary of the Dead.
But you saw Diary, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I've definitely seen Diary. I may have seen Survival of the Dead, but I don't remember it all.
okay. Diary was told like how is it? Was it perspective change? Like you're reading someone's diary.
It was found footage, I think.
Oh, it's found footage. I don't, you know, not to armchair quarterback but I don't love that for Romero. I don't know. Artists should be able to do what they want to do, but uh, yeah, I don't love that. But whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning that I spent a good part of this movie trying to figure out how it could be a sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie, because Dennis Hopper is, of course, the same kind of figure, like a
Yeah.
like a big boss, like a leader, and John Leguizamo is a scrappy, uh, you know, 10 years older. But I was like, if you put a red hat on Simon Baker, does this become an unofficial sequel? Then I started to figure out, like, oh, maybe it's not zombies, because Mario, it's all about mushrooms. And then I was like, oh my god, is this also connected to The Last of Us?
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, definitely. I don't know. Um, it is fun to see those two in the same movie together again. Uh, I wish there was more to sink my teeth into in terms of, like, it's definitely a sequel to Super Mario Bros., but it's not.
Do you think they, when they saw each other, like, across the table, and the table read, they're like, Super Mario Brothers?
Remember? I, I bet money Dennis Hopper doesn't remember it. It didn't remember it at the time.
You mentioned a lot of stuff that I didn't remember about Land of the Dead. I don't like, even though I own it, like, I haven't watched it in, like, probably, like, 15-ish years, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that John Leguizamo was in it.
I mean, he's a
Didn't know
pretty big
Dennis
part of
Hopper
it.
was in it. I vaguely
Also,
remember there being a car.
when this movie came up as the next movie for us to do, I was like, okay, Joe, what do you remember about Land of the Dead? And honestly, it was only these two things. One, the prominent zombie was an African American zombie who was, like, front and center on all the promotion. He's, like, on the poster, and, like, he's really the focus of the zombies. And that's cool. You know, I know I'm woke, but, like, it's cool. Like, representation, even in the dead. And then the other thing I remember is that when they go to the city, it's surrounded by water, so they have to, like, it's his big plan to walk through the water, and they jump in the river and just walk, and then come up out of the water. It's a very cool shot. Here's the part that I did remember about that is wrong. I actually remember them stepping on the ground underwater, and that shot does not exist. And there's a few times in film where, like, something happens where, like, I make up my own part of it, like, that doesn't exist. And I, like, and as I'm, like, remembering it or retelling somebody it, that part is in there, and I don't know why. This is very much one of those. Like, I was very surprised not to see it. I was like, where's my underwater foot stomping?
Do they show them traversing the water at all? Or, like, they kind of, like, like, dog paddling?
No, no, no. It really is that they fall in, and then there's them coming out. My God, it would have been crazy if they were like, ugh, brains. I would have been there for that for sure. Um, there was I just watched a video that was talking about Romero's experience with this, um, and he did consider making a direct sequel to this, where we followed the big truck, it's just called the Dead Reckoning, um, on its journey through Canada, which I think would have been fun. Like, it's something he didn't do too much, where he had like, he doesn't have any characters carry over except Tom Savini's character from Day is a zombie in this movie. Like, you
Mhm.
see him as a zombie in this movie. But I would have loved him to flesh out a couple of these characters, and to do more badass stuff with that truck, which I found out moments before we started recording is on sale. You could buy the the Dead Reckoning. You could buy the Dead Reckoning for $75,000.
I mean, with car prices now, probably a good deal, right?
It's amazing. You're absolutely right. Like, it's a huge deal. If you buy it, you can't drive it around. I mean, is it
Is it not street legal, you think?
it's definitely a street legal. I was gonna say, does it belong in a museum, or are people like, "What's Land of the Dead?"
Like, okay, so like, how many people does it seat? How much cargo space is there in
It
this
seems
car?
like, yeah, yeah. Okay, so like, it feels like it's like a turtle van with a trailer on the back, right? So plenty of room for people to sit. Um, it looks cool as hell. I don't know. It's one of those things where like somebody buys it and they just drive it to conventions around the country
Yeah,
and make money that way. They're like, you know,
I mean, it pays
here's
for
dead.
itself.
Yeah.
It's even a better deal.
I only need to go to 75,000 more conventions. Oh man, the gas prices though. Oh, Dead Reckoning, you're killing me. I
So if people are looking to watch a movie with similar vibes to Land of the Dead, is there something that you would recommend?
think you go back to the original three. Uh, Night. I mean, I would say go right to Dawn and Day. Those two are amped up and crazy. Night's great. Dawn and Day, I feel like he really got his legs and was like, he figured out what he was doing and what he wanted to say. Uh, those movies are so fun, and you should be rewatching those anyway. But also the other three I mentioned, I'm a fan of too. I I would love to revisit Shaun of the Dead, the Dawn remake from Snyder, and 28 Days Later. Yeah, yeah, the zombie movies are fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I didn't make this comparison until like I didn't connect these two things in my mind till just now when you said it. But like I feel like the Alien, Alien and Aliens follows the same trajectory as like Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead. Like whereas like Alien is like a small claustrophobic movie in the same
Yeah,
way that Night of the Living Dead is, and like like the sequels expand the world
right.
like a lot more.
That's true. That's great. And like almost feel like Aliens compared to Alien feels like a completely different genre. That's interesting. Yeah. So are you saying that Diary of the Dead is the Alien 4?
Maybe.
No, it would be Alien 5, which is that Prometheus?
I mean, technically, well, I mean, is Prometheus an alien movie? Like, or is it its own like
Yeah.
branch?
Yeah, it's its own branch. And it's a prequel technically. Oh my god. What would a prequel of Night of the Living Dead be? Would it just be those people living their lives? Just a normal day in Monroeville.
Walking through the cemetery.
Yeah. Okay. I was driving past the cemetery today and I was like, and there were houses next to it. And I said to myself, I would never want to live next to a cemetery. It's too creepy. If there's a zombie outbreak, those old bodies aren't going to climb out of the ground. Like, these people have been dead for 50, 60 years. Yeah, so it's the safest place you can be is next to a cemetery sometimes. Not all the
That's
time, but
interesting because like what's the Max Brooks
he did World
book?
War Z or
I think it's World War Z, but the book um like I think I'm pretty sure it's the book where like it's not it doesn't tell the story of the movie, like it actually is more um like stuff in that world. So like I think they mentioned in that book the one of the safest places to be is next to us or in the cemetery because
do they
their
really?
bodies aren't infected.
Oh, they're not infected. It's true. Yeah, they're just dead.
Yeah.
So dig a hole and climb in with them.
All right, guys. Um, so have you seen Land of the Dead? What'd you think of it? Let us know in the comments below. Which one is your favorite? Um, I guess new wave zombie movie. Oh, uh, I imagine like like a new wave like zombie, like not like
Like flock of seagulls, like
yeah,
like
yeah,
fun
exactly.
haircuts.
Or see that movie.
Yeah, like with a guitar, like
Yeah. If that movie
really
exists,
synth.
let us know in the comments below. Um, and if you like this video, feel free to give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next one.